Welcome to the Real Academy, brought to you each Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by
the Resilience DoctHers,
Dr. Sheikah Houston and Dr. Tammy Taylor, best-selling authors, consultants, and speakers of Create and Educate LLC. Create and Educate LLC is an educational consultant and literary firm that provides professional development to schools and community. Their goal is to transform organizations with the REALL resilient framework used to increase their school report card grades 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year. REALL stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. This framework is used to coach leaders and teachers and build student efficacy while putting systems in place that aligns the work of the school improvement, making the process manageable. When the work is manageable, teachers and leaders don't stress out or burn out.
The Resilience DoctHers.
Alignment systems are designed to help schools evolve and grow, all while instituting protocols and processes designed to promote collaboration and collegiality. The implementation of the alignment framework prevents some of the most common problems in education, where leaders sometimes aren't sure where to start, or in our new age of educating, leaders need a trusted sounding board that allows them to be vulnerable and transparent, preventing loneliness at the top. The framework doesn't just help leaders, but also prevents teachers from burning out from too many initiatives and embracing teachers as they are the experts. Finally, the framework extends to the children, helping them get engaged in school and solving a nationwide problem. Alignment systems are frequently referred to as a key element of success in the improvement process. In the sport of rowing, all rowers must put their oars in the water succinctly, creating a system for their boat to reach maximum speed. So schools that want to improve are bringing in
the Resilience DoctHers
to teach them all about the alignment systems that must be in place for school improvement to be accomplished at high levels. The dynamic duo provides insights into educational topics through their international platform, which includes educators, parents, and community members as a way to support important entities that make communities thrive. This is their way to pay it forward and provide the support they needed through their platform. Take a look. People who work with
the Resilience
describe them as an
DoctHers.
excellent and inspiring group of leaders. They get into the weeds of work with leaders through their TrustMate Institute that you should contact them about today by filling out the contact form on their website.
It's Super Saturday, everyone. Welcome to episode 245 of the Real Academy, brought to you by Create and Educate with your very own Resilience DoctHers. I'm Dr. Sheikah Houston.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm Dr. Tammy Taylor. We are so excited to continue this journey with you as we help you to build systems that people don't just follow, they believe in them.
Absolutely. And if you're one of our regular Real Fam members, let us know what kept you resilient in the work this week. But if this is your first time tuning in, you may be wondering, who are the Resilience DoctHers?
And we are very glad that you asked. We are best-selling authors, children's book authors, award-winning educators, and speakers who transformed our schools after improving our report card ratings 2 and 3 levels in just a single year.
Absolutely. And after we improved our schools 2 and 3 grade levels in 1 year, the report cards, as Tammy stated, with our phenomenal staff members, people began to ask us what we did differently. So that work led us to the development of the REALL framework, which stands for Respect, Excellence, Accountability, Literacy, and Leadership. And as senior staff developers for Create and Educate, we know that school transformation is needed in many areas. So we are helping staffs navigate that process using the real framework. And we love to start off with our synergy lab that really helps everyone understand themselves and bring awareness of self-awareness about how they best work as individuals, and then what that looks like in a team, so that team awareness. So it's a fun personalized assessment, and we can customize the results to fit your school's mascots. So teachers will put their results outside of their doors. Students will wear the tags that we give them on their IDs all year, giving them a reason to wear those IDs, because now it has a fun identifier on it for them, but it also connects them to others in the school. So that belonging piece is there as well, but most importantly, the understanding of who they are.
Yes, and if you are not able to bring us in, just keep tuning in to us in the Real Academy, where we've impacted over 300,000 educators and about 7 million students, all through free Fantastic Four PD, starting off each Saturday, which has been deemed as Super Saturday by Principal Kafele at 10 a.m. with Principal Sean Hurd. Then following Principal Hurt in the Real Academy at 10:30, yours truly, Create and Educate, and at 11 a.m., the Leaders Mentor and the GOAT in the AP and New Principals Academy. We join Principal Kafele, and then on Sunday evenings, we round out with the PGP podcast with Dr. Marty Moreno and Principal Josh Tovar.
Absolutely. So please like, share, subscribe, do all of the things that the platforms do. And we say please and thank you. And let me get this pulled up because I normally have it pulled up at first, but I am running behind this morning. And you'll see why, because I've been doing all of the things. And Tammy, did you have any announcements?
Well, while you're pulling it up, I just wanted to shout out last Saturday, and you were there for um the 130th celebration of McFeed at Winthrop, and
Yes.
just how amazing it was to see former students, because I got to work actually in that lab school, and teachers that I had been able to work with, and just colleagues from across the university, but also from across the state who have either gone to the school, worked in the school, or students who you had at the school. So it was a very surreal and exciting opportunity to share in what was definitely life changing in that experience for me.
Absolutely, and it was exciting for Lizzie and I to be there as well. Full circle moment since she's going to ninth grade, but see
Oh my gosh.
how I found the pictures from when they were first walked in, and I was in tears and in pieces, 4K to where they are now. So they definitely got a good start in that program, and we appreciate the fact that you recommended it for us. So it
Yes,
was a great experience.
definitely.
And also shout out to Miss Avine Coleman. She is with the South Carolina Department of Education. She is one of the most sought after people in the state, helping people make sure that attendance is right before those report cards come out. But she invited me to speak with her at Graduate SC. They had a summit this past week, Thursday, that was very successful. It went very well. We had a full house and great comments and feedback on everything that we shared to help schools and districts. And shout out to the Chester Downtown Development and the City of Chester for putting on the first Taste of Chester. We had Sunshine Anderson in the big city of Chester yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. Shout out to my oldest baby, who is a trumpet player with the band. She received a superior with distinction, if you know anything about band, for her solo ensemble, and then her group was rated a superior, which is the top rating that you can receive.
That is
Shout out,
phenomenal.
Yes, we're so proud of her. Shout out to Girls on the Run. I was out there this morning and the team was out there earlier than me because I was late because I was at the Sunshine Anderson thing last night. But they had their 5K this morning and they're still out there. So great job to the girls and the parents and all of the coaches. I enjoy serving on the board for Girls on the Run. And lastly, if you have not checked out Elizabeth Nelson Wellness and Weight Loss, this is a baby of my sister and I's that we are helping people be their best selves by losing weight and doing it holistically through our new practice, Elizabeth Nelson Wellness and Weight Loss. I'm down, I think 15 pounds if I'm not mistaken, but it works and the products are all natural. So finally, it is time, and we're going to get these comments up. So y'all bear with us. Brandon's out today. He's out of town, but we're going to get him up. So last episode, we talked about building staff buy-in. Oh, and we hadn't done that one shout out.
You have not.
Let me go to the comments. I'm sorry. We've been pre-recording so for the past few weeks that I forgot. So shout out to AP Patrick Lawrence who checked in early. We appreciate you from Connecticut, the one and only Dot McKeever Jeter, Coach Dot McKeever Jeter. Thank you for joining us. Chancellor Rashard Davis from Las Vegas. We appreciate you always. LaKenya Rowland from New Jersey. Thank you for joining us. Principal Kenyelle Sessions from Oklahoma. We always appreciate you. Queen Jasmine Harris from out west. Principal Queen Jasmine Harris, we appreciate you always. I think I hit that one by mistake, Tammy.
Oh, it's okay.
Principal Josh Tovar from Texas is joining us as usual. And as always, we appreciate you, sir, our brother in the work. Miss Stacy L. Joy, another one of our West Coast queens joining us. And all the way from Canada, Queen Jacqueline Harriet, we always appreciate you. Dr. Edwin Garcia, thank you for joining us. Mary Felton, thank you for joining us. And she's in North Carolina near us. Principal Otis Kitchen, we enjoyed you sharing all of those nuggets last week with Principal Kafele and the other guests. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Melissa Jones Chunu, thank you for joining us. Miss Constance Sherrard out of Pearl, Mississippi. We always appreciate you and we appreciate those shares on LinkedIn. Thank you for all that you do. And Queen Arcella Austri right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, near us. So thank you all for joining us this morning. We appreciate you. And
Yes, we do.
Principal Hurt, as you saw, he's at a game with his son, so he did not precede us, but I'm pretty sure if he may be back next week, we'll see how his son's games are going. But last episode, we talked about building staff buy-in, but today we're going to be taking it deeper because you all know that buy-in really only gets you started. This does not sustain the work. It does get it started, though.
It does get it started, and that's an important um, part of any initiative getting started. Because what you need to do is move. And we want to talk this morning about what sustains work is actually belief. When people believe in what they're doing, that really is a game changer because everything is going to change when people feel like buy-in is what we're looking for when it's not, because buy-in can be situational. People can agree for the moment, they will implement for right now, but when things start to get hard, that sort of fades out and it fizzles out toward the end because now I'm no longer bought in.
Exactly, Tammy. And you're right. It does fade. And so that's why belief is different. Belief says that I have owned this in some form or fashion. So this matters to me. This works. This is worth the effort. And belief is what sustains the consistency that you want to see in any of your initiatives. So, leaders, sometimes leaders try to push belief through mandates, and sometimes they use, other people, the district said, or whomever said, but belief doesn't come from pressure. It actually comes from experience. It comes from understanding, and it comes from potentially seeing other results. That was one of the things that I did with my staff through our transformation. I showed them just about every staff meeting examples of schools that were schools of promise like us that were performing. And so I wanted them to see on purpose that this is possible. We are not doing impossible work. People have done this. So it's important for you to make sure, as the cheerleader, as the champion, as the person that's pulling that people in to believe, you have to show them that this has been done.
Yeah. And you also need to make sure you show them where they are in their metrics. Like results are very important. You need to show them how they are faring along the way, because nothing motivates a staff more than seeing the fruit of their labor. And when you are working hard and you're seeing results, you're encouraged by the results that other people are demonstrating, that fuels you to go on and do even more. And that's when, again, the game begins to change, because people believe what they see working. It seems like if systems produce results, then beliefs grow naturally. So, what we're going to do is we want to revisit one thing. Pushback is not your enemy. It's a natural part of the process for building beliefs. When people push back, you cannot take offense to that. You can't be offended and ice them out and put them on the naughty list. You cannot feel like pushback is your enemy, because pushback really is your friend. It is a natural part of the process for building strong belief systems.
Absolutely, Tammy. So, as leaders, we got to make sure we're not in our feelings, and we're human. So, sometimes, it is hurtful when you feel like people are not supporting you or they're not buying in. But just like we talk about with children exhibiting certain behaviors is a communication, pushback is also a behavior that is a communication. And we got to read it and not ingest it as if it's a personal attack. So, pushback helps leaders refine their messaging. It helps them reach some clarity and also build in that support. So, when it's addressed correctly, pushback leads to stronger systems in most cases. Now, I'm not saying some of the people ain't trying to hurt your feelings on purpose, because you do have some of those, but you, as the leader, have to learn how to discern what that is that's being communicated. So, committed staff members sound differently. They say, what can we do next? How can we improve this? And then let's try this strategy, because they're right along with you in the work. It's not that you're telling them what to do and they're out doing it. You all are working together, and that's the biggest difference.
Yes, and I totally agree. Because sometimes the pushback is not from a great place, and we can just completely be transparent in saying that sometimes when people are pushing back, they're pushing back because they don't want to do the work. But
Mhm.
when you've created a culture in your school where that is not the norm, then you recognize that pushback isn't genuine, and so does the rest of the staff. So it isn't something that you are going to misunderstand. You know when somebody's coming for you, and you have to go on and resolve that the way it needs to be resolved. Handle that. Like you're not going to. Now I do allow that kind of pushback too, because it helps with level setting and making sure that all of us see where the decisions are, because when we're all working towards the same goal and you have one person, one group who is adamant about not doing what needs to be done to get us there, and again, when you base all of your decisions on what's right for students, who can argue with that?
Exactly, Tammy. And I see Josh's comment. He says, I do not allow pushback from Mr. or Miss Potato Plant. But like Tammy said, even though you know Mr. or Miss Potato Plant might be coming for you, you still listen to what they're saying because they may be the people who are vocal about what they're spreading to everyone else. So at
Right.
least you know how to fix that messaging or reframe, or whatever you need to do is still something that you may need to address. So
Exactly. You're
those
you're spot on. And Josh, you cannot not hear them. You're going to create a very hostile situation when Miss Potato Plant's talking and you turn her microphone off. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are hearing. We want to hear, and as Shika said, when you allow Mr. or Mrs. Potato Plant to express what they're saying, sometimes that opens us up to what's out there, and so you
mhm.
know how to respond accordingly. So I think that was a great point, Shika. But we want to get back to the people who really have good intentions, and Shika talked about how they are telling you to let's try the strategy. Those people are taking ownership, they're staying consistent, they are supporting each other, their focus is on solutions, not just bringing you problems every day. These are solution oriented people, and they want to see a difference made. So, this is when you start to see that shift from buy in to belief.
Absolutely, Tammy. And as we do every week, the framework that is on the top pane and over our shoulders, we always connect the work to the real framework because this is the main part of our work. So when we're looking at respect, that means that the staff feels valued and heard. So you have to look at your systems in place. Do I have systems, and what are they for my staff to feel valued and heard? And it shouldn't always be just, oh, well, I told them to send me an email, or I told them to come to my office whenever they felt like they needed to, because sometimes people will not do that. So you have to have a real system in place that garners the voice of everyone in your building. Excellence. This means that the staff believes in high expectations, and you can see whether or not high expectations exist in a building. And you have to, again, we've talked about not having that. You have to have the guts to have the crucial conversations with the people that those conversations are needed to be had with. So you can't be making generalized statements, demoralizing the whole class because Mr. Potato Plant over here is not doing what's a part of the vision and the plan. You got to talk to them one on one. Accountability means that the staff follows through with consistency. And again, when it's not consistent, go directly to the people. Try not to make vast statements unless it's the majority of the staff. If it's only one or two outliers, go to them because it demoralizes what everyone else is doing. And then literacy, the staff understands the work deeply. So that means if you're at the secondary level and sometimes even at the elementary level, if your teachers have expressed, like mine did, we do not know how to teach children how to read, and they come into you 2 and 3 grade levels behind, my first investment was PD in reading strategies for children who are behind at the secondary level. That's specialized literacy training. And then leadership. Your staff must trust your leadership decisions. So you can't be, all over the place. You can't be the butterfly principal jumping on every initiative. You can't be a coward, even to your district level administration. You have to advocate for your teachers. Everybody knows when you a pushover principal and you're not standing up for the people. So you have to make sure, do it professionally, but make sure you're advocating for your staff.
Yes, because advocacy is going to help you to build relationships that are going to help you to grow these beliefs. Because when staff experience these beliefs consistently in practice, their belief in what you're doing will grow.
Listen to
And you can't
Josh.
be cowardice now. I mean, we just need to make sure that we're also going back to what you said, Shika, because a cowardice principal is going to lose the respect of their followers because they don't think that this person has what it takes to stand up and be an advocate for the school.
Absolutely. And a lot of people are posting different ways that they're bringing in those voices, and that's phenomenal. And I see Josh on here acting like Mr. and Miss Potato Plant, ain't
What you
listening
say?
to the advice, talk about he don't give them no voice still.
Oh, Josh. Oh, no.
Okay. So, we really have to think about and ask ourselves, are we asking our staffs to believe, or are we creating experiences that build actual belief? You have to be consistent as the leader for people to believe in your leadership. Especially, I knew that my school was one, it was that school, like our brother in the big cowboy hat, Mr. Ken Williams, talks about a lot. It was that school where we had leadership turnover just about every 2 to 3 years. So I knew that there were people on the staff just saying, okay, yeah, we're going to wait. We're going to see how long this going to last. Some people are waiting to see how long something's going to last. So you showing up consistently in your messaging, you showing up consistently in your accountability systems and structures, you showing up consistently coming back to be the leader, is showing them that, hey, this isn't going anywhere. So there's a decision that will have had to be made at some point. Either I'm believing what's being presented to me and I'm going to commit to this process, and some people will not see it. Let's make sure we put that out there. I had 17 people when I put that framework out there to raise the expectation, to raise the bar, to say, hey, we're having a Lizzie and Bella rule here. Those are my daughters, as you all know. If it's not good enough for them, it's not good enough. And having those crucial conversations consistently with Mr. and Mr. Potato Plant, when they saw that I was not backing down, 17 people out of about 35, 40, which is more than half, decided, hey, we out of here. We leaving. And guess what? That was okay with me because they were the people that needed to go. And after that, I was able to recruit people in the interview stating, this is the vision for the school. This is the work that we're working on. And when many people came, as I exited, that was one of the things that they said. We came to this school because we believed in you. We believed in your vision, the vision that you talked about in your interview. We heard your passion. So those are things that people need to see to be able to believe. And I'm sure, Tammy, you have the same similar type of story.
Oh, definitely. And numbers are numbers. And when people don't want to get on board, I offer them the opportunity to get on off the boat. Like you can jump ship anytime and nobody's angry. I want what's best for my school. And so we went through a period of transition just like that. And because we were looking to do what's right for children, it was always seemingly that the people who needed to come were the people who were sent to me. And so it was what transformed the school. That was what propelled us in the work. And so I'm just again here to just reinforce that belief is not a message, it's an experience that's repeated over time, and that consistency that we've talked about today is what is going to get us there.
So I don't know what I was thinking about. I guess it's the brain fog. We way over our time. We're cutting into Principal Kafele's time. So you all have a real amazing Super
Yes.
Saturday. Log on with Principal Kafele next on Sunday with Josh and Dr. Madi Moreno. Then right back here on Super Saturday for the Super Saturday lineup. And we will see you guys next week.